Hello students, before starting the chapter straight line, I will introduce you to some of the basic concepts of coordinate geometry. So let us start with the concept of rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. So in the rectangular Cartesian coordinate system, in a plane we draw two perpendicular lines, x-axis, then in the left side x-dash axis, y-axis and y-dash axis, and this is first is sign convention. This topic was first introduced by French mathematician René Descartes. In this coordinate system we draw two perpendicular lines. The horizontal line is called the x-axis, the vertical line is called the y-axis. Now the plane is divided in four parts. So this part from 0 to 90 degree, this is the first quadrant. Then second quadrant from 90 to 180 degree. Third quadrant from 180 to 270 degree. And the fourth quadrant from 270 degree to 360 degree. In the first quadrant, to mark a point, we proceed in the right hand side and in the upward direction. So in this quadrant, both the x and y coordinates are positive. In the second quadrant, for the x coordinate we move in the left hand side, and for the y coordinate in the upward direction. So the x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive in the second quadrant. In the third quadrant, this point we move in the left hand side and then we go downward, so both are negative. And in the fourth quadrant, to locate a point, we move in the right hand side and then we go in the downward, so plus and minus. So this was the sign convention for the four quadrants. Now let us discuss the second topic, distance formula. So if we want to find the distance between 2 points A and B, A having the coordinates x1, y1 and B having the coordinates x2, y2, the distance AB is equal to under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Then third, section formula. Section formula if we have 2 points A and B, and there is a point P lying between them, A and B, and there is a point P. A point has the coordinates x1, y1, B point has the coordinate x2, y2, and there is a point P which divides this line segment in the ratio m1 is to m2, that is AP ratio PB is equal to m1 is to m2. Then the coordinate of point P, let the coordinates be x, y. Then x coordinate of point P is equal to this ratio multiplied by the x coordinate of the other end, that is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. And the y coordinate is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. Midpoint formula. mid point formula. If there be 2 points A and B having the coordinates x1, y1, and the other point has the coordinates x2, y2, and there is a point P lying between A and B, dividing it in the ratio 1:1. Then the x coordinate and y coordinate of point P, x coordinate is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2, y coordinate is equal to y1 plus y2 upon 2. This is very simple to understand. In this case, the ratio m1 is to m2 is 1:1. So in the formula, section formula, if we put m1 is equal to 1 and m2 is equal to 1, then we get x coordinate as x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y coordinate as y1 plus y2 upon 2. Now the next is centroid of a triangle. How to find the value of centroid of a triangle whose vertices are given? Centroid of triangle ABC. So if we have a triangle ABC, A point has the coordinates x1, y1, B point has the coordinates x2, y2, and C point has the coordinates x2, 3, y3, then centroid is the point of intersection of the medians of the triangle. Point of intersection or point of concurrency of the medians of the triangle. This is G, and this divides the line segment in the each median in the ratio 2:1. So if we so the x coordinate of this centroid is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, and the y coordinate is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Now area of triangle. If a triangle has the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle x1, y1, B has the coordinate x2, y2, and C has the coordinates x3, y3, then the area of the triangle delta is equal to half mod x1, y2 minus y3 plus x2, y3 minus y1, x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. Now if the points, these 3 points are collinear, if A, B, C are in a straight line, A, B, C are collinear, then there no triangle will be formed in that case, and the area of triangle delta will be equal to 0. So this is a condition for collinearity of 3 points. If the area of the triangle formed by them is equal to 0, then the 3 points are collinear. Next concept is slope of a line. So if we have a line making an angle theta with the x positive direction of x-axis in the anti-clockwise sense. The angle must be taken in the anti-clockwise sense. Then the slope of this line, or we also call it the gradient or slope of line. Gradient or slope of line, which is denoted by m. Gradient or slope of line, m is equal to tangent of the angle which it makes with the positive direction of the x-axis. M is equal to tan theta. Now if the line is parallel to x-axis, if the line is parallel to x-axis, that is like this, then it makes zero angle with x-axis. So in this case m is equal to, in this case theta is equal to 0 degree, and slope of the line m is equal to tan 0 degree is equal to 0. Now if the line is perpendicular to x-axis, that is it is parallel to y-axis. If the line is perpendicular to x-axis, in that case the slope of the line m is equal to tan 90, and which is equal to not defined. If instead of having this angle, if the line passes through 2 points having the coordinates x1 comma y1, and the other point has the coordinates x2 comma y2, then the slope of the line m is equal to difference of y coordinates y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Note, if the line is equally inclined to both the axes, then in that case, if the line is equally inclined to both the axes, in that case the slope of the line, and it is passing through the origin and equally inclined to both the axes, in that case m is equal to slope of the line is equal to 10, plus minus 1 if it is equally inclined to the axis. If the line is equally inclined to the axis, because in that case either it will make angle of 45 degree or it will make an angle of 135 degree. So the slope of the line is equal to plus minus 1. Now next topic, angle between two lines. Angle between two lines. So if we have two straight lines, and we want to find the angle between them, theta. If the slope of one of the line is m1 and the slope of other line is m2, then the acute angle between them can be obtained by using the formula tan theta is equal to mod m1 minus m2 or upon 1 plus m1 into m2. If the other angle is also required, then the other angle is equal to pi minus theta or 180 degree minus theta, because it has two angles. One is the acute angle, the other one is the obtuse angle, pi minus theta. Now if the lines are parallel, if lines are parallel, in that case the angle between the lines, if they are parallel, then the angle between the lines is equal to 0, and tan 0 is equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2, and value of tan 0 is 0. 0 is equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2, that is m1 minus m2 is equal to 0, or we can say m1 is equal to m2. So if two lines are having the same slope, it means they are parallel. If two lines are perpendicular, in that case the angle between the lines, this angle is 90 degree. So tan of 90 is equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. So tan 90 is not defined, and this happens when the denominator is equal to 0, that is 1 plus m1 into m2 is equal to 0, or m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. So if we know the slope of two lines and their slopes are equal, then the lines are parallel, and if the product of their slopes is equal to minus 1, then the lines are perpendicular. Now intercepts made by a line on the axis. So if we have a straight line, then when it passes through both the axes, then it cuts some length on the x-axis and some length on the y-axis. So the length which it cuts on the x-axis is known as x-intercept. So here the OA is the x-intercept of the line. And the length cut on the y-axis, OB, this is known as y-intercept. If the line passes through the origin, then x-intercept is and y-intercept, no intercept is there, each is 0. But if a line cuts the x-axis on the negative side, then x-intercept is negative. And if it cuts the y-axis on the negative side, then the y-intercept is negative. Means on the positive y-axis, y-intercept is positive, on the negative y-axis y-intercept is negative, on the right hand side x-intercept is positive in this side, and on the other side if the intercept is made, then it is negative. So it can have both sign, positive as well as negative. Now equations of line parallel to axis. If a line is parallel to x-axis and it is at distance a on the positive side, this distance is always constant because the this is parallel to x-axis and the distance is a units. Y distance is a units. So the equation of the line will be equal to y is equal to a. Similarly, if the line is parallel to x-axis and it is on the negative side at a distance a dash distance below the origin on the negative side, then the equation of the line is y is equal to minus a dash. So this is the if the line on the positive side at distance a, then the equation of line is y is equal to a. Equation of line parallel to x-axis. If it is at a distance a dash on the negative side, then the equation is, because y distance is always a dash but it is negative, so equation of the line is y is equal to minus a dash. And equation of x-axis, because the y coordinate is always 0 on the x-axis, so equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. So this was about equation of line parallel to x-axis. Now equation of line parallel to y-axis. So if a line is parallel to y-axis at a distance of b units on the positive side of x-axis, then the equation of the line is x is equal to b, because always the x coordinate is constant for any point on the line. Y coordinate is changing, but x coordinate is always constant. So the equation of the line is x is equal to b. Now if the line is parallel to y-axis on the negative side, and the distance from this y-axis is b dash, on the x-axis it is at a distance of b dash, parallel to always this distance is b dash, always b dash. So the equation will be x is equal to minus b dash, because it is on the negative side. Now equation of y-axis, for all the points on y-axis, the x coordinate is 0, so the equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. Now I will tell you the standard form of equation of line. Standard form of equation of line. Standard form of equation of line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here a, b, c belongs to real numbers, and a square plus b square is not equal to 0. Why this condition? When the coefficient of x and y both are 0, then in that case there will be no more equation in x and y. So either the coefficient of x can be 0 or coefficient of y can be 0. Both cannot be simultaneously 0. So this is the condition, that a square plus b square is not equal to 0. C can be 0, but a's coefficient of both cannot be equal to 0. In that case it will not represent a straight line. So the standard form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Means the variable x and y has degree 1 in the case of a straight line. This was introduction to straight line. In the next video I will tell you the various forms of equation of a straight line. So like and subscribe my channel for new videos and press the bell icon. Thank you, students.